Hi everybody. Good morning. Welcome to Aussie's group. I know with all your routines and with all your, this pandemic, everybody is like really a good morning here. I remember a few months back, I used to like say good morning, and it used to be my office background, and there used to be presentations, and now it's just me talking to you. But then, yes, but I think this is the best time for you to study. It depends on how positively you take it. If you take it positively, this is the best time to study. This is the best time to, make up the most of it. And because it's like, I think most of you all hope all of you are safe, all of you are sound, have a lot of spare time, and keep on thinking ways to kill the time. So this is the right time to study. And not just study, I'm not saying just keep preparing for IELTS, don't do listening, reading. Not that that is important, but I believe what is more important is you actually learning something new to your life, you adding something new to your life. Now see, in IELTS, what can you add? You can add words, right? You can add grammar, you can have a good language. Exactly. So these are the things that you can add on to your life, which you may prepare, may not prepare, will take you on such a long run, will help you on a long run eventually. So what you do is, I'll give you this exercise. Daily learn two words. Learn two words, and we have a Telegram group. Post those two words on the Telegram group. That this is the word I learned, and this is the way I used it. Or learn a grammar rule. Like for example, learn a subject verb agreement rule. Once you do that, and again post it in the Telegram group. When you're posting it in the Telegram group, what happens is, one, you're making yourself aware that you know it. Second, you're showing it with so many people. Those people may have other implications or other reviews or other repercussions on it. They might just come back to you. Why not do it? It is the best time to do all this. I believe in routine days, none of us have the, like for example, if somebody tells me that when I am on a full-time payroll, full-time job, learn three words every day and then use it, I'll be like, okay, I don't have the time to do, so I'll just prepare for my exams and appear for it. Right now is the time to gain that additional knowledge. Use that time. Use that time for you. Use that, thing which is available. Now today's session is going to be about lexical resource, and lexical resource especially for speaking. Now let's say I'm talking to you, okay? While talking to you, will I remember a lot of things? Do I remember or am I talking very fluently? I'm talking fluently. That is something that you guys know, that okay, she talks in fluent English. But do I have a vocab like Shashi Tharoor? No. Do I have a vocab like Arnab? No. But my fluency is there? Yes. So what is actually vocab and how is it needed in speaking? Now coming to the speaking component, it says the use of uncommon words skillfully. Okay. Second thing, use of collocations. Now in speaking, you can use idioms also. You can use informal language also. So what I do is, I select few words. I have explained this to you earlier as well. I select a few words which I keep using over and over again in certain specific scenario. So, and the best is idioms. Demonstrate the use of idioms. Unbelievable, you will get amazing marks. Another thing, you don't have to repeat another major tip is, do not repeat the words from the question. Come what may, do not repeat the words from the question. For example, if I am asking you, do you like music? You don't have to tell me, yes, I like music. What you have to tell me is, I am very fond of music. What happens with this is that you are giving me, an insight that, okay, you know a variety of words. For example, what are the advantages of computers? So you don't start writing that the advantages of computers are 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it's not needed. What you actually do is, computer has a lot of upsides. The first one is, and then go ahead. Right? So advantages, upsides. The synonyms are very simple. We have had sessions in which I have given you synonyms, in which I have told you how to go about it. Use them. It's going to work amazingly well. Do the same for writing, do the same for speaking. Never copy the question. Change the words in the question. Always. This is going to, increase and, give you an edge over the others. So now edge over the others means what? Edge over the others means a benefit over the others. Now I'm going to discuss few idioms that you can use. Speaking, the best thing is use idioms. Okay. So when you use idioms, what happens is it shows that your English is different from others. Now just consider a mother tongue that you have, your native language. For example, my mother tongue is Gujarati. I am a Gujarati. Now, if I am very proficient in, I am good in Gujarati, that means I can speak fluent Gujarati. If I am proficient, what do I know? I know those heavy words. What else do I know? I know those, typical idioms or, fixes that they use. So that is what you have to imply in English as well, right? So there are few words that you can use. For example, I'm going to give you few idioms that you can use like in different scenarios, which are very, very common, which we all use while speaking. Okay. So the first idiom that I'm giving you is, again, as we discussed, over the edge. Edge over others. Edge over others means a benefit over others. So if you use idioms in your speaking, you have an edge over others. Edge over others means you are at a better space than others. Right? You are at an edge. That means you are at a better space. Remember this. Okay. Second is again used for a very common thing. One, it's called over the moon. Over the moon means very, very happy. So I got very good bands in IELTS. I am over the moon. I will be over the moon when this pandemic gets over. Right? So over the moon. Okay? So two things. Over the edge, over the moon. Next one is under the weather. Under the weather means basically sick. Okay? So I wanted to go to the party, but I was under the weather. Under the weather means not feeling very good. See, what I'm giving you is very simple. Not just in IELTS, people use this in day-to-day life also. You might know this, you might not know this, hence I'm giving you. This is very simple. So under the weather is somebody who is not very, is not keeping well. So I wanted to go to the party, but I was under the weather. Sad, right? Next one, fourth one, in a fix. In a fix means in a problem, in a dilemma. Again, you can use in a dilemma. So in a fix, in a dilemma, both means in a problem. Like, for example, I was in a fix when he called me because I was not sure whether I should be attending his call or not. I was in a confusion. I was in a fix. Okay. Break a leg. Break a leg doesn't literally mean you go break it. Nope. Simply means all the best. Go break a leg there. That means go do your best. All the best. Usually used in gaming sports. So you can tell them to kids who are going to, their sports events, go break a leg. You can tell your friend before he goes to a meeting, go break a leg there. Means do very well, all the best there. Okay. These are some idioms which you can really, really use. And there is a dime a dozen. A dime a dozen means something very common. Apple phones are a dime a dozen these days, right? Then there's hot potato. That means a never-ending debate. This is my favorite. I love this. I mean, it's just very fancy in speaking. Hot potato, hot potatoes. It's like very fancy in speaking. So, something that really has a never-ending story is a hot potato. Donkey years. You can use this. Donkey years means something since a very, very long time. So you can say, I've been studying since donkey years and there never seems an end to it. Or the pandemic is going on since donkey years. Donkey years is basically very, very long time again. Then again, you can have, for agreeing to something, for, supporting somebody, you can use, I second it, I vouch for it, I abide by it, right? I stand for it. I second, I vouch, I stand. These are again words that you can use. Then same thing for the opposite one. I dissent with it, right? I do not second it. I oppose it. I vouch for it. Use this word. For example, if the examiner is asking you, do you believe that increasing population is good? I do not second it. That means I don't support it. Do you believe the use of computers is beneficial for people? Absolutely, I vouch for it. That means you support it. That means you're on it. You're on for it, right? Go make, these idioms which I gave you, they're hardly like what I think 10 of them. Very simple. But even if you use 2 to 3 in your speaking, amazing results. Another thing, never repeat the questions. Never repeat the questions. No matter what, be it in your essay, be it in your writing, do suggest my students to do is, hi Amit, good morning. What I suggest my students to do is, and most of them get amazing marks, is every paragraph take one word that is uncommon. So that's the word in the previous live session I had told you is quite uncommon. A lot of them, I'd given you a list of them. You want more words, you can actually go for there is YouTube IELTS tutorials channel. You go for idiom pop up, type the word idiom pop up, or type the word or you can type the word vocab pop up. You will definitely get it, and they're amazing. Like, the results are so good. Like, they short 2-3 minute videos with three words in it. Obviously it's like so simple for you to do. In the previous live session I'd also told you a few words, like words such as affable, amicable, obnoxious, arduous, which are very easy to use. The point, diligent. The point is you come up with words that you can use repeatedly over and over again. That is something that will gain your strength. Imagine you're in an exam situation. Okay, you're giving a paper. Writing is your last part. How on earth are you supposed to remember words? How is it possible? It just doesn't strike. A lot of people have this habit. Try this drill. You will believe me then. Do one thing, make a list of 10 words every day. Learn it from Monday to Friday. Learn it a lot. Practice them in sentences. Go to your essay and see how many of them you can use. Very few. Very, very few. Instead, what you do is you actually write an essay. Wherever you see repeated words, circle, 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 circle. Then what you do is you synonyms. Again, synonyms have to be substituted very carefully. Don't just Google synonym of happy, paste. Don't do that. Opposite of happy, paste. Don't do that. Make sure it's a verb. The placement is good. The verb is used where the verb is supposed to be used. The noun is used where the noun is supposed to be used. Don't mess it up. Make sure that whenever you're substituting words, you're doing it very, very carefully. Otherwise, it's not going to work out really well for you. It will, you will mess it up eventually. Coming to speaking, what are some tips I'm not supposed to give you, because this is vocab which is used in speaking. Now, there comes a time when you're in front of the examiner and you can't think of a word. Skip it. Don't stress too much of it. There are times in our routine speaking also, while talking to somebody, there strikes a word and you can't remember it. It's a very common scenario. Skip it. Another thing that is very, very important is your fluency and hesitation. So a lot of people have asked me, what about hesitation? So see, hesitation in terms of ideas is okay. Let's say I'm talking to you and I want to think of a next point to speak. So I'm just pausing for a second or two. That hesitation is okay. But let's say I missed a sentence, I am pausing 2-3 times to think of a word because I can't find the appropriate word. That shows what? That simply shows that I am incompetent. That simply shows that I am not good with English, and hence your marks you will not be getting. So again, remember, in fluency, your hesitation in terms of ideas is okay. But hesitation in terms of words, when you pause to think about words, that's not okay. Okay, moving on. See, when it comes to the IELTS exam, again, there's a lot of things to understand. This speaking has 4 band descriptors: fluency, coherence, pronunciation, grammar, grammatical range and accuracy, and lexical resource. Fluency coherence is the main thing. How do you get fluency coherence? Sequencing is important, right? Once your sequencing is done, then your fluency will come. If you've prepared a flowchart, it will be easier for you to speak on it. If you are speaking it fluently, you will be able to add new words in it. If you're not speaking it fluently, you will not be able to add new words in it. As simple as that. Okay. So you have to be very, very careful. I hope these words, these idioms, everything was really useful to you. I give you few tips on speaking. There's one more lexical resource lecture which I have taken live where I've given words. There's one more webinar on lexical resource when there's a PPT and I have explained it to you. And I hope this was very, very helpful to you. And thank you for watching me live and thank you for being there. It was, it's really motivating when you guys are there. Keep studying. Or you can join us on IELTS tutorials.online. We have online classes, paper checking, everything available for you. One-to-one batches, speaking special batches. So whatever makes sense to you, whatever you feel is proper. Same thing, what we have is on our Telegram group. You can come, you can ask questions, and I'll see you guys there. And have a great, great Saturday. Have a great, great weekend. Learn hard, work hard. Okay? Bye. I'll see you. Please stay safe. Please stay home. Please stay indoors. Take very good care of yourself, and so am I.